I went from amused to legitimately angry. So we were guessing what this would cost. Everybody hears from the United States buys groceries, and we didn't pay any attention to costs as we were just putting in the cart what we would actually eat over a week. And we all came in around 400 bucks, about 400 bucks. It was $104 US here. And that's when you start to realize that ideology maybe doesn't matter as much as you thought, corruption. If you take people's standard of living and you tank it through filth and crime and inflation, and they literally can't buy the groceries they want, at that point, maybe it matters less what you say or whether you're a good person or a bad person. You're wrecking people's lives in their country, and that's what our leaders have done to us. And coming to a Russian grocery store, the heart of evil, and seeing what things cost and how people live, it will radicalize you against our leaders. That's how I feel anyway, radicalized. We're not making any of this up, by the way, at all.
And we all know right now, specific people only hear the word radicalized. I am extremely pissed at Russia, not because they are Russian and I am American, but because they have been keeping it a secret how little they have to pay for groceries. I can hold $100 worth of groceries in 2 bags here in America. It's all relative, isn't it? Average wage in Russia is like 15k USD, whereas in America it's 40k. Of course, food is gonna be cheaper. Same with Spain. Yeah, the food's cheap, but the wages are lower. Don't bring Spain into this. Our food is cheaper compared to many. With 50 euro, I don't visit the supermarket again in 1.5 weeks. Also, we have free healthcare. Just stop. How people use other examples of other places to defend, oh my god, Russia isn't good. I'm like, bruh, my life is like a 50-minute city. I have everything close near me. The whole idea of a town that is a food desert, it's non-existent in Spain. It makes no sure we have low wages because everything is close.
Look at all the food.
So we were guessing what this would cost. Everybody hears from the United States buys groceries, and we didn't pay any attention to costs as we were just putting in the cart what we would actually eat over a week. And we all came in around 400 bucks, about 400 bucks. It was $104 US.
That entire carousel of groceries in Russia was $104, right? He showed the receipt, the whole thing, right? And he said, hey, we were just putting everything in the cart, like what we would legitimately eat for a week. Protein, fruits, everything, right? $104 compared to here. How's that for sticking it to Putin, right? Now take a look at this. This isn't a museum. This isn't something, this is the subway system in Moscow. Look at this. There's another one. Now, I could bore you to death showing you all those beautiful subway systems over in Russia, right? But now listen, does that look dangerous to you? Do you fear for your life going to those? And I'm not talking from some guy in Texas or some guy that, listen to me. I lived in New York City for years. I took the 1-9 to the 2-3 to Wall Street every single day. And it's dangerous down there in those subways. And I got my mother out of that city about 3 years ago when it started to fall apart. And I'm just going to show you a few pictures from our New York City subways. Which one of these do you feel safe in? Now, if you could ever smell a picture, this one would be it, right? And I've seen it like this on the subways for years. New York. Yeah. Hey, I feel your pain. You need the police, right? But they're nowhere to be found there. But isn't it, what a contrast and difference, right? And before you say, oh, I'm an ex-veteran, I did a tour in Iraq, don't call me some Putin sympathizer. I'm saying, hey, listen, that place is not safe for my mom. It's not safe for your sister, your cousins, none of your family, right? But when you look at the one in Moscow, now how did they do it? It's a legitimate question. How is it so clean? Like, are they following the laws? What are they doing over there that makes it so much cleaner, nicer, fresher than what we have over here? Because listen, it's not like we're not paying for it, right? So before you go saying I'm some Russian, no, I'm a veteran, a United States Army veteran. I did a tour here for us, for me, for you. And look at how dangerous it is in all of these cities that we have. And we pay into this system. Why? And before you say, listen, we got my mother out of that city. We got my mother out of New York City 3 years ago. We had to. Me and my sisters had a meeting. We're like, she's got to get, it's too dangerous.
I know exactly why it's happening. Very simple. Spain doesn't spend all their money fixing wars in other countries. You're experiencing the largest continual propaganda campaign and hostile takeover attempt in history. It would make Maho roll over in his grave. I don't expect Americans to understand other countries because many of them believe Drake is more famous than Ronaldinho, surprisingly. But you want more proof? Let me give you an example.
Basically, she proceeded to tell me that they don't celebrate 4th of July. And I was like, what do you mean?
Okay, so boom, let's play a game called The Whole World Does Not Revolve Around America. The whole world does not revolve around America. Okay, guys, come here.
Don't get me wrong, ma cosa kita bong. Buta fire na mi blonde, kush hash, purple skunk, criollo, colombici, jam, turloqueta, verdeta, welcome.